I'm sorry, this is so weird. I don't normally do this, so I feel really funny. But I have about 6 poems that I will read. I'm going to set a timer for myself. Actually, I'll read, I'm sorry.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
Everyone's so far away.
Can you? Oh, hey! Sorry. Okay. I'm gonna set a timer for myself for a little while. So this is a recent poem. It's called "Shit at a Prep School," and it's very new. So do with it what you will. Shit at a prep school. Curse me for being born with a body. Curse my body for being. But I want to know, what did you predict as permanent and why? Containing the old intentions and spitting out something dumb quick. Instead of the thoughtful go with the math, the body is not permanent. Long-term, short-term permanent. Long-term temporary is not the same as long-term permanent. Short-term permanent. Residue is brush off as nothing, as the loose hairs of the Martian. Dream of reunion, the lemon turning inside out. Every song about a woman is about her beauty and her as a demon. When you made the dumplings and they were delicious, you seemed like you had gotten into college. Poke your hand into my field of vision thrice. I will eat a whole root with lime and spice. My brother shopping for sheets. Cloud thoughts. I fill the house with my mouth during the forsaking joke. If I make any sound, someone will wake. I'm sorry, I'm on the floor. I'm 3 feet tall. I'm quiet. Give me a dumpling. Dip dumplings in sugar. Roll dumplings in sugar. Scrub dumplings into sugar. What things break when held. What you let go when you see the break. Lick your finger to dip in sugar. Samples. Toss the broken dumpling. Caffeinated me stoned. Can I drive? Can I be more quiet? Less obvious, so full. What day is it? Soak the tea, soap the stove, guzzle blue, orange head, the ginger, the lime, the spices. I hope no one can tell. Can you imagine anyone expecting anything? Ask the turmeric vendor if you can overdose on turmeric, and they laughed. Asked if I am beautiful, and you laugh. Pass a fox, and we watch each other. I drive away. They cross the street. Am I just like your late brother? Do you want me to be your new brother? I learned how to oversleep this year. Practiced a lot. How do we get back to here? It was causing you no end. Chainsaw-proof pants, late at night in a dopamine ditch, Googling symptoms for aneurysms. I should call you or an ambulance. Sleep instead. I reconciled with the cat. Peel my hair of itself. Mom meets me singing in the shower. The dreams might as well not be. The second door to the apartment. People enter while we sleep and wake up with their ladders set up in the hallway, but who was it? Friends show up and we shout about the thieves and they leave holding our plates in bed frame, and I wish I still had the plate so I could exclamation point my shouting. Google, what are the health effects of being ignored? Google, was my dream real? I saw you sitting there with her and I curse you both, and you look at me and then look away, and I wake up in the afternoon and wait for a sign from you. Am I someone you see at all? Tell me how a person should be. Tell me I'd quadruple the coast to sit on the tundra. Flirt me. The plague arises again in China. It's November 2019. I guess I'm realizing I'm alive, and that being dead is not living and not feeling a thing, not even embarrassment for dying, or regret for dying, or apologizing for dying, or finishing that old task, or reconciling, or even kissing again, or analyzing anything, or singing, or fucking in a dank room, sneezing on the smog, the bathroom smelling on fire, the air smelling on fire, the counters smelling on fire, the water smelling on fire, my clothing smelling on fire, my nose smelling on fire, the long, narrowing, ascending halls, a pause following a status question. I only like my kiwis shaved. Sorry, my friends were reminding me that this is a birthday show, so, meaning that, all my poems are kind of, dark or something.
2019 is dark.
What?
This year's dark. It's dark here.
You're right. Okay, this is called Placebo in the Shape of a Flat Line on the Floor. Weeks off with the bead curtain and weeks off With the beaded curtain-like intentionality and the back gum growing itchier in the depths of sore winter, parked in the spare room, I had the desire. I had the desire. I had this too. In a very obvious stare-down with the matrix made all the more obvious, you can know everything I've ever said in confidence, and what known available knowledge fizzles out in worth as the clicks get cheaper and fast in comment. Jump cut as a made known in the split thump muscle. He asks me on his new road with double word and assumes it is a yes. I catch the vibe, assume the embodiment of known. His mind hasn't even gotten up to consider what to pack. Very distracted from my itch, the world remains outside and booming. The velvet on the floor, the steel frame of the regular barrier. Now considering home screen with the map as wide as you'd ever like it to be. I drink more contrast. I appear in the corner. The cover of the red book, the reflection in the glass, the battery run out, the sighing into blackout. You worry about your presence, of the likelihood of you as thick still down. What can I say? The brief moments I hoped for, reconciliation in the form of varying, evidence of mutual desire, the ability for reverb, the coming to multiple choice. We only had 15 minutes, which feels like a lot, but tell me if you're bored. This is called Swallowing in Spite of the Pain of the Swallowing. On the speeding vehicle to the 1.75x capitalist hub, there are vultures in packs in gold light and deep winter snow pads, stalactites glimmering on cliff sides, teens and older men in tight tees and mutual observation. On the speeding vehicle, group and streaks down the aisles, bicycles for what reasons? A foreign language's slurred speech recognized in a smear of sleep. However, how strong, there goes my state. Loudspeakered English babbles, important details I miss. Muscles get weak and thickened with an oozed pain from just looking at my screens, only at any hours I can think of. Stop, all left neck turning and left arm lifting from, honestly, night of specific compromise, very bad mattress for very good closeness. Past so much bright yellow on the train, past reflective surfaces and light like why don't I make movies anymore? I have $854 and I just paid for a month of meager insurance coverage and the rent is going to overdraft my account, but I'm going to take it coolly and fake my surprise when I get a bill like I still owe an extra $25 for the time it happened in June. What the hell? You tell me my existential questions are too heavy or, well, quite heavy, though the world is changing like a run out. It's getting sandy. I want to brush it off me and onto the floor. There's no such thing as English, he says. There's only, oh my God, that was so funny. So much left levitating in between our comprehension fails us. What was it? Language? Schooling? Students might say, eating a lollipop while reading is the best thing ever. And I might say, I would like to pierce my ears, hang birds from them. Put me in a shirt before a lap who looks at me so closely I could gain or lose a job from the directions of my teeth. My sad ineligibility in the shape of unique gravity, his deep voice drawls stating things about confidence and the necessity of it and marketing rain gear for dogs and speaking with strength. Rock music or a dropped call or static, waking to say, this sound does not make sense right now, said in sarcastic tones, beans in a pillowcase, every song sounding just like this uncomfortable situation. Breaking news. Meghan Markle goes full ballerina with perfect bun. Meghan Markle goes full ballerina with perfect bun. The incredibly perfect hairstyle is Meghan Markle styling her own hair. Meghan Markle has never worn her hair like this before. Meghan Markle ditches messy hair for chic top, not fun. Count the McMansions on the way to the city. Count the tipped baby carriages along the railroad tracks, empty juice jugs, inanimate animals left to be seen in quick passing. How many ways can you say computer cutely? In which places, and is it a serious, rare encounter to see such a platform, or commonplace, known? How to take a selfie, how to best see yourself across all screens, how to show disguise yourself amongst the masses. Beauty for the blend-in, curated for what use and dual recognition. Okay, I know, I'm flat, fracturing, but break glass, pull handle, slide door. How many pairs of eyes can you see on a given day in a crowded place? How many look up so often? Seriously, I do not remember how to do anything I have to. The incredible thought of yellow rice between platforms. Sound with a pull-up. expressed to your fat and glaring hometown, heavy lidding the wine down, calculates the risk, the bacteria uprooted and swallowed in the teeth cleaning, your stomach hamster wheeling from it. I'd like to have an opportunity to rearrange the furniture in the left behind room, dismantle what you built for group sleep and make out afterwards, put away the short trees, word the dumb dichotomy, find me underground with a quiet brand of canary, following an inflatable lamb, the smell of a friend emanating from a stranger's armpit. Okay, 5 minutes. Okay. All my poems are really long. Is that okay?
Yeah.
This is called Adjective Incorporated. 2 options for flavors open in the vicinity for their future blotting, sniffing, spherical throwing. I picture them in vines, Greek-like, done in terms of their romance, but word is they are persistent, are hiring for the fields. A not what I expected moment, including his mother, who asks me, will I cut her hair by the coast with paper scissors? Will I carry her next iteration? Will I say a single thing significantly? I don't guarantee, though I would stay up until whatever time asked. How I'll glide vicious, hover through the swamp. Push the life alert, the extra tooth out. Obsess over new itch in the roof like soft-sounding mouth of marble, surprisingly painless. The sphere of the future is a duck with another duck lover getting pushed along the water, with all erasure of autonomy and what does it mean to have never been warned about the demands of reality. Mom saying, I just wanted to give you a year off then about each prior year, and now guess what I want. And now everything slides in slow under the door like the mutability of dislocated hair lapped from the waterhole with a honeycomb. Friendship declared in bluff conditions. Australian winter, American summer, swaddled, teabag feeling absolutely nothing like lukewarm sheets and nothing to do. Consider disclosing something more realistic in the given frame. The stun of so many collected hours. How you deceive the ecosystem. Just prick me with anything. Glitter the desert blocks. The aisles dense with plastic containers of varying depths. Colors made of beetle parts and beaver guts. Adhering now alone to television in bleak status of incommunicado, some okay tacky stepping in for legitimate awful nothing feeling permanent temporarily. Comedy for tips and reminders of play. Crushing on the celebrity and the excited potential employers who ghost. Blink and miss the future blip of freeze frame. My sad agility trophy breaking its arm off while falling from the shelf. My current employment status of getting slapped by the 3rd grade kid for ejecting his advances towards the candy store. Soft fruit left too long in a pocket. A peach forgotten in an active backpack and a half-gone orange juicing itself out in the felt coat's decorative utility sleeve. Your lunch pressed flat between books. A faceless person molding perfect dumplings within contained commercial. Hold an eye to the blue light, cabbage to the wind, a hand on breast lumps, crisscrossed sharps and wines in the dozen-number country painted mute colors, stuck on the bad song, mercy to the barber altering your face with their discretion uniquely. Of course the monster is under the bed, my hips stiffen, won't fall. Is orange optional? Is anger? But at least some terror is honest. I see my cousin in the eyes of the villain, her eyes and nails swollen, ketchup-coated in his wish to remain bedridden, but the threat of teenage drama. You'll never see me again. Why, this specific seeking of slowing down exponentially, meek aspirations of just, I don't know. The portrayal of one version of history hiccuping on the corner in a baseball cap. Oh, they're expert methods for avoiding pointed questions. Brilliance in the redirection of conversation to innocuously invaluable, socially lubricating commentary. Ask it independently, don't you just love this fabric, and isn't this food delicious, for example? But, for example, is the love improvised, the word used inappropriately? In the false start bake, your birthday cake comes out stale, tasting from too much baking soda or powder, the kind of blend that makes a room peel from itself. I'd buy new ingredients, but, oh, your hair is nice. Is that a new smell? How's your sleep? Are your fingernails real or fake? And that won't make a deal break. Don't be ridiculous. And don't you love The Bachelor? Where'd you get that blouse? and 2 poems. Can I read longer? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off. Or whatever, okay. This is a short one, and it's called "The Most Stunning Visions of Earth," which is also like a thing that I saw in a weird social media ad. I think it was like an ad for like a mattress or something. It was like, "Here are your most stunning visions of Earth, your dreams." And December was the time of communal give up, the period between calm and bright orange, urgency for soothing like crying, like orgasm. I want to be in a room filled with the wooing music of a stringed howling box, because who would expect a king to pick at his cuticles? What brings us to being salty-eyed from a song? There's no math to it. On the Zoom out, they clap for a long time. This morning, with your face between my legs, I do not offer direction. You call your orgasm a sip of cold water or spicy tea when I ask you to explain. Now what are we saying? Me like negative and splashing in it. You saying, but I'm negative too, and all night thinking, why are you not touching me? And I remember I had told you not to. And then this is my last one. Because life sort of goes on as usual, sadness that was born in the past creeps into the future. Heartbreak moves forward into the apocalypse with me. Heartbroken, so doomed feeling, so I watched the tsunami. Asked metaphor or not, would reply, who cares? Would reply both. The seafloor is exposed before the surging. Fins wave the parking lots. Boats pulled backwards. The sea moving siphoned. The video is dated, regardless. Told it is impolite to state my confusion. Told we have gone over this. The news rephrases it anyway. I'll watch the green dot appear and fade. The machines breathing life into the rooms they observe. Nurture indoor realms internationally. I want so many things. I want a sandwich in a plastic bag. I want a soda in a can. I want to fly to somewhere. I want to see your face. I want to understand without rummaging the trash. It is easy to see how this level will level out. The era clearly marked, not mythical, but told redundantly that anything is possible, extinction too. But the other side of that coin, can I have the thing I want? Verbal without choking, embarrassment, wake up without a grip, the window web watching, the news cycle refreshing. In the future, you can only see blue light. I saw a man see an alligator walking along a road. I saw the man grab the alligator by the neck and toss it into the air. When this is over, I will never speak of this again. Just kidding, maybe. I had thought that this would have been the best of times, but it was the worst. In the future, everything is a blip. Toss the bedsheet flat atop the mattress to applause from the hotel staff. Decorate a fence with fire from a hose. Get paid in bottles of water. 3D print the wheels to your brand new car forever. Break up with your acrophobic girlfriend in a moment of her trauma on a high bridge. Street water is controlled in the future by groups of men who sweep it. 2 robots in the future hemorrhage a grape and surgically tear its skin off to sew it back on. Survive terrors of corner turning in the future. The 22nd century coming in with surprise when the electricity goes out. Intruders are impossible because my phone says so. Terraphobia is irrational by circumstance, but the robot age is well underway in the future. They compete in the Olympics, excel at the high bar. I recalled the age of missing feeling. Now I physically miss the feeling of anything. Spicy food and things squirming. All screens and what else is there? There was the moment aluminum met mercury in the hallway. That moment of hell pouring up vertically from nothing. The brothers exploding at a hair falling out of place. The parent who buys tickets to the circus for the whole of the dysfunctional adult family. How easy it seems to boil water on sand. Observe a whirlpool without consequence. Allow gravity to pull the body into place. Stick a landing between forests. What acute liberation found midair as the selfie stick's grip slips around the smartphone while the poser was readying her smile beneath the parachute. In the future, it is a privilege to touch a puddle. In the future, have dreams about eating your allergies. In the future, women on the train are laughing about children who murdered their whole families. In the future, you hear your ex's alarm clock going off on public transit. In the future, meet lovers from the internet. Wake up to boner having strangers who strangle you in your sleep. In the future, just declare whatever clover's four-leaved. The sky looks different in the future, like too cloudy, shimmering. In the future, I swear I see shrimp flying 50 stories high. In the future, my mom asks me which picture I drank out of, tells me about the plants she wants to tear out of the ground for azaleas. In the future, I still want to see the Arctic before it is almost gone. I wonder if the water will be warm. In the future, words feel too late. They cut off cliffsides for donut shops, legalize idling for traffic while the highway widens for the mall mouths. In the future, it becomes a trend to dress up in a giant plastic bag to mimic the Tyrannosaurus Rex, albeit shrunk down just a little. The trend is backward looking and it is funny. It is so funny a crowd of people dressed as a herd of plastic bag Tyrannosaurus Rexes gather at Emerald Downs and race like horses. The plastic bag Rexes start to stumble. Only 2 cross the finish line. In the future, trash cans are always overflowing, demonstrating surplus luxury, consumerism, wealth. In the future, the trash disappears forever to a place you cannot visit. It is illegal to consider where the disappearance place might be. In the future, I regret my meekness of earlier days. The science teacher who declares solar energy impossible, who puts down water scarcity as something not so bad, who says urine drinking will never come. In the future, pregnancy tests keep saying yes. There are nurseries and schools. My mom finishes her attic and fills it with small furniture just in case. In the future, I watch a swan drag sheets of plastic from the water before a watching populous pond. In the city in the future, people blur and self-censor extremely. My grandmother sets my voice as the quietest sound her hearing aids will catch. In the future, my shoes melt and separate, stick to the street like gum. I can say life goes on as normal in the future, except the adaptations are not noticed as such because constancy, but LOL technology. What can I say? I mute my news notifications. How many trees would equal 1 newspaper? 1 roll of toilet paper? How many sheets of plastic do I use in a day? How much water? How much foam? Electricity? Power? What is going to happen? This inevitable future, the acute angle, but LOL, what if birds are fake? LOL, what if? What if octopi and dolphins are aliens? What if this is a Truman Show? What if you swallow worlds every day? My roommate says, a well-known rich guy, smart guy calls this whole thing a simulation, but like IDK, man, this is a pretty bad moment. My roommate suggests storming the alien hub, like LOL, maybe if we storm it, they'll finally get the memo and intervene. But how have I done? But what have I done? What do I do? Thanks.